You're watching Sipping Off the Cuff on tequilaaficionado.com. I'm Alex Perez in Southern California.
I'm Mike Morales in Tejas, San Antonio, Texas. Remember the Alamo?
Remember the Alamo, and we're back with Wahaka.
Yeah.
Nice
This,
stuff.
so far, Alex, we've had the Espadin, we've Joven, we've had the Tobala, and we've had the Madre Cuche. And this is a mixture. This is a blend.
A blend.
Now, it's not uncommon in tequila. Man, in fact, there have been a couple that have blended uh, agaves from the highlands and the lowlands um, in a few of their expressions. And this one does the same thing. It's interesting. They call it the Joven Ensamble, and what I find interesting, Alex, is that I'm looking at their website and it says it's 50% Espadin, 25% Madre Cuche, and 25% Tobala. And the fact that they have percentages, uh, is interesting to me because the other medley or ensemble that you and I have had, it doesn't give you a breakdown. So it just gives you the three agaves that this is made from. We're not exactly sure on any given Sunday whether it's got too much of this or a little bit of that, but he's got it. They've got it down to percentages. So I'll take that as a really good selling point for me.
Very cool.
Wow.
Now the nose, it's you can definitely smell the Tobola in there. The Tobola comes through. The Espadin's coming through.
Well, the Tobola of the first three that we had, I think the Tobola had the strongest nose.
Yeah, it's the most fragrant to me too. But you could smell how complex this blend is. You know, the mezcals on their own are complex as it is.
Yeah.
Putting them together is a treat. Mm, mm, wow,
Mm, mm,
it's a beautiful marriage of those mezcals.
mm, mm. I don't
It's smooth on the intake. Oh, a lot of sweetness on my palate too.
I don't want to say that the Espadin um, is definitely more. I think the Espadin is more prominent in the flavor, but the Madre Cuiche is more prominent in the nose
I think so.
of this one. This is a what at a what if what's the
40,
ABV on? It's a
40.
40. Okay, so this is another what we would consider a gateway entryway mezcal.
Wow,
And this is at wow, this is at 40 and they're getting all that out of it.
incredible.
There's that wet cement again on the palate.
Getting the mineral. I got
The rainy the rain on the concrete kind of thing.
a lot of mineral on the palate.
Oh, it's opening up with it where it's sweeter on the
Get
nose.
the sweetness on the end on my palate. I think it's a beautiful marriage of the three.
I love that they gave us the breakdown, the percentage breakdown. That's got to be difficult to do. That has to be really difficult to do precisely or, in the ballpark.
Nice.
Just to be clear, this is all from the same Maestro Mezcalero, Beto Morales, and they are organic. They have the USDA seal on the back, so because they're wild harvested primarily, um, every one of these in the line is considered organic. So you'll see the seal on the back of these. These are the 200 milliliters that they sent us. again, the guy responsible for bringing this to market was is Raza Zaidi, who we hear good things about. And again, wow, holy cats, man.
Good stuff.
This is really, I don't know where he found Beto. I'm sure that you know that if we ever get a chance to, hopefully we'll get a chance to interview Raza in one form or another. I'd like to know how he met up with his maestro mezcalero. That's always a great story, you know, because the story is that there's always a couple of entrepreneurs who go out and you know go
In
for,
search of.
yeah, you know, they go and visit single village mezcals, and then they run into somebody says, "Well, go see so and so." I want to know what this story's all about. How did he meet up, and how did the idea of, you know, what was his expertise? Because there are some maestro mezcaleros who will not, um, they won't distill from other plants that they're not used to, that don't grow in their region.
Right.
So how do you take a guy like this and talk him into it? And go, because I know David Suro with his line of mezcales, he has done that, and it either becomes a beautiful experiment or not. You know, it could very well blow up in your face too. So what, you know, that kind of backstory is what I really love about this, because there's definitely a within each of these mezcals, because they're wild harvested, it kind of makes you want to go out and go up in the hills or go find with it. These are not commercially grown plants, and so, you know, the experience of going to find them in the first place um, has got to be something. You know, you and I have seen many photos of guys who have done that. You and I are ready for our trip to Oaxaca, you know, one of these days pretty soon, and I can't wait, because it really will be a different experience from going to see tequila distilleries, and
Right.
even out in the field where blue agave is grown commercially. You know, what is this like, and you know, who picks that one's good, that one's not. You know, how does that work?
It's in the wild. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is a lot of skill from the harvester as well, not just from the maestro mezcalero, but I think from the harvester, you know, as well, to be able to say that's ready, that's ready, that's ready. Uh, these
Well,
aren't.
let's tag them and come back when they're ready.
Yeah. Do they even do that? Do they tag?
I imagine. I mean, they got to have GPS tracking of some of these.
I don't know. You know,
That
you know, I don't know how rustic these places can be. But the less rustic, the better. You know, that's how you watch and learn, by seeing how they go about their business. You
right.
know, what do you think? Brand of Promise?
Brand of Promise.
Wow.
Brand of Promise. Again, for Oaxaca, this time it is the Joven Ensemble, which is a maritage, a blend of
A menage a trois.
yeah,
A
you got
menage a trois.
Quiche and Tobala. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, it is. And by the
Really,
way, very clever on the marketing too. You know, the logo itself, the bright fluorescent colors. Um,
yeah, it's a good
it's
looking little piece. We
yeah.
got small bottles, but
Pff,
uh,
this is gonna last us a while. There's no way we can drink all of this stuff in one sitting. You just
good stuff.
don't. You just don't. Spend time with it. Go find it. Pay whatever. Pay whatever it's worth, because it's worth every penny.
It's worth it.
Yeah, and obviously, I haven't read too much about what Mr. Zaidi does, but I'm sure a lot of that goes back to the people and to the communities. So you know, you can rest assured and have a clear conscience that you're helping support communities out there. And pff, hey, brand of promise, man. I love it.
Definitely.
This has been great. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio.
I'm Alex Perez in beautiful Southern California. You're watching Sipping Off the Cuff on tequilaaficionado.com. Thanks for watching, and as always, sip wisely.